Welcome, everybody, to the inaugural episode of the DownAir podcast, a podcast about Super Smash Bros. Discussion and speculation. I am joined by my friend Cube.
Hello.
I am Dev, and I'm also joined by my friend Robbie.
Hello.
So, we are not exactly competitive smashers.
Stick
with us.
Hang on. Don't close the browser.
We mostly play casually.
Stop. Hey, whoa, it's okay.
It's all right.
We're good.
But we do really love these games.
We've been playing them for very many years.
Like, we've all basically started at 64, right?
Oh, that was...
I have pretty much fucking grown up alongside Super Smash Bros.
Smash Bros. 64 was the first video game I've ever played.
One of my first.
I never locked anyone beyond Luigi, but that was because the hard mode was a fucker.
I couldn't get an S.
Is this podcast going to be for children, by the way?
Can we say poop words?
Okay.
Are poop words fine?
Okay.
It was that mode was real nasty. It was a real meanie head.
Never got an S.
Big
Really wanted Mushroom Kingdom, but never got it.
frying pan on the old noggin there.
Yeah. But yeah, we just... Like, this came out of an idea of, what if we did a weekly podcast, basically coming from our favorite threads on old message boards and stuff, saying, this character should be in Smash, I think this character should be in Smash, why shouldn't this character be in Smash? Basically, we have characters we want to see in Smash, we have other stuff we want to see in New Smash, which was announced fairly recently. We'll get more into that in our news section. And, like, we're mostly flying by the seat of our pants here, but we just thought this would be fun.
Yeah, definitely thought this would be a fun time. Definitely my first time also doing a podcast.
There's plenty of people on the internet that'll tell you, this character should be in Smash. This character should be in Smash. I think Goku should be in Smash. And while they're all very good ideas, it's very hard to get all those ideas in one place. Therefore, we act as a mediary, and we will make sure that every character gets their rightful court case in podcast format.
Yeah, like, we will make the case. We will make the debate for or against Goku, like Master Chief, Freddy Fazbear. Why not? People love horror games.
This podcast is specifically about Goku. We will talk about Goku first.
This is a Goku podcast.
This is a Goku podcast. We trick.
Oh god, I hate fun.
It's all trick.
Yeah, we said it's the DownAir podcast. I also secretly copyrighted the name Instant Transmission.
Oh shit. That's really
That's actually a really good one.
Can we change the name?
We can host a second podcast.
Welcome to the inaugural episode of the Instant Transmission podcast. Your number one source for all things Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super.
Section 1. Why aren't more people picking Majin Buu?
Speaking of Section 1, what are we usually talking about on the DownAir podcast?
So we're gonna get started talking about a little bit of news. Not a whole lot of news, other than, on the 8th there was the Nintendo Direct. If you haven't,
little drop on the bucket.
It's a little tiny nugget of information. If you haven't checked out the Nintendo Direct, definitely recommend doing so before listening to this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But if you haven't, well,
welcome.
Can't really stop you.
It was a good Direct. It
was honestly a really good Direct. There were some announcements. There are some announcements for things like, they're putting together a WarioWare collection on the 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
They're remaking Luigi's Mansion 1 for the 3DS. Crash fucking Bandicoot is coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Whoa!
And then the last thing that they announced was, hey, by the way, there's a Smash game coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Smash game.
A new Super Smash Bros. Game. In theory.
2018.
We don't know. They won't tell us. We'll find out eventually.
I think honestly, that I was not anticipating that announcement, but I think I was also super not anticipating a 2018 number attached to that.
Because we have been deal is the number.
We have been kind of going back and forth on this podcast idea for maybe a couple of months now, I want to say.
Yeah.
And the assumption was always E3.
Yeah.
E3.
Yeah,
we have until E3 to kind of get this together. But yeah, no, March and 2018, which could like very well mean like, you know, September or something.
Yeah, like there were a lot of assumptions made when we came up with this podcast. Like
All of them are wrong.
There would be a dojo again where we could like gather all the updates for a week and then talk about them. Nope, just like I said, seat of our pants.
Well, yeah. As the game is more into development and we find out more information about it besides the fact that it simply exists, there may be some changes to the structure of the podcast, but we'll see.
Inaugural episode. That means
inaugural episode.
That
First episode. Pardon our dust.
Pardon all the dust.
Yeah. Look, so many people are doing podcasts. How hard could it be?
It should be extremely easy.
It's really easy.
Yeah. That's what I've heard, that recording audio and syncing audio is like one of the easiest things on the planet.
I've heard that like being on air in front of like potentially an audience is like
not
fine.
stressful. Yeah, it's like just totally fine.
It's like, should we go more into Nintendo Direct? Because like we've all got stuff to say about like the.
Yeah, we all definitely have, like, positive or negative, we all definitely have, like, one thing that sort of stood out for us beyond the Smash announcement.
What was
so I guess we could go.
What was the one thing that stood out to you, Dev?
I remember being real upset about the Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story remake.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for those who don't know, they announced a remake of Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story for the DS, and they're also packaging a like tiny little bonus like game with it, like they did with the remake of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga that they released earlier last year.
Now, last time was Bowser's Minions. This time it's Bowser Jr.'s Quest. Bowser Jr.'s Journey.
Yeah. The full title, I believe, is Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. That is a Nintendo 3DS game coming out in 2019. It is not coming out this year.
God.
The reason that I'm not really all that hype on it is because I was not also all that hype on the Superstar Saga remake. I mean, don't get me wrong, Superstar Saga is my favorite Mario and Luigi game. However, Dream Team is my least favorite Mario and Luigi game, and I really wish they would move on from that art style.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Maybe one day. After Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, I was thinking, and the rumors were coming like, oh, hey, there was an eShop listing for a Mario and Luigi remake, and I was like, okay, this is it. This is when they're going to make it 3D. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, like, the remake comes out. Not only is it not full 3D, they don't even have 3D environments in it. So that's like a step down from the previous 3DS games.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, next one. Next one is going to be full 3D. They just do the same thing again. So, next time, when the next Mario and Luigi game comes out, and it comes out on Switch instead of 3DS, we'll see.
Unfortunately, I mean, here's my thing is, this is very petty, but I kind of wish they would move on to the Switch because the whole thing was, hey, it's a handheld console, one system, you don't need to buy separate games for, like, different systems anymore. And, this is incredibly petty of me, I think, because, a lot of people have 3DSs, there's 70 million of them sold, I think. They have no reason to not still make games for the 3DS. It's just,
yeah,
I really like to switch the system.
I think ultimately, and this is something that, they introduced when they announced Captain Toad was also coming to the Switch, and they also announced it's coming to the 3DS.
That's fine. I like that.
I think giving people the option is a good thing.
I think it's also because, hey, we can't put this on the Switch because it doesn't have two screens.
Yeah.
You can put as many Mario and Luigi games you want, especially one that really, really uses both screens. You could put that on the 3DS.
Yeah.
But, putting it to Switch would be hard. Or it's not even
if
a
the
Wii
Wii U had really taken off and we were still in the two-screen console world, maybe.
Oh man, imagine.
Yeah, imagine that fucking timeline.
Yeah, I think they tried that with Paper Mario Color Splash, and I don't think they use that. I don't
Yeah.
think they used the 2 screens as well as they could have.
Yeah.
So I think Color Splash definitely could have been a 1-screen game.
Mhm.
So enough about my pick. Cube, what stood out to you from the direct?
God, there was really a lot. I feel like it is also good, maybe going to be from the 3DS section, but Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS, I really love the original game. Like, that was one of the first games I had on the GameCube.
Right.
And it's such a neat and different game for what they do. Like the whole look is different. Like, Luigi looks like a Wallace and Gromit character or something. Like, it looks like claymation almost.
Yeah.
And seeing that game on the 3DS, I think I'll probably play it anyway. It's just that game was a tech demo.
Right.
That dust is not going to look as good on the 3DS. I want to see that dust in maybe not 4K, but high resolution.
I want to see that dust as particle effect, baby.
Yes.
Highest
yes.
fidelity.
If I blow onto my 3DS microphone, I want to see it all come out.
Because I was kind of
see, the Switch doesn't have a
Moon.
microphone. That's why they couldn't put it on the Switch.
Fuck.
Yeah. Because I was a little disappointed by Dark Moon. I think it's a perfectly fine game. Next Level, they make good games. I loved their version of Punch Out. I wish we'd get another one, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'm mixed.
Yeah,
I'm glad Luigi's Mansion still sees play in 2018.
Of course, I am as well.
Yeah.
Robbie, what is your big takeaway?
Solaire Amiibo, baby. We were talking about
salutation.
We were talking about
everybody
Dark Souls
praise
Amiibo.
the sun.
So I think that's a big deal only because when they revealed the Shovel Knight Amiibo, I was like, that was crazy to me. I was like, you can't do that. That's not a Nintendo game.
That's illegal.
And the example is now done twice, therefore the floodgates are now open.
Yeah, honestly.
The fact that they are making any amiibo in 2018 period, besides the Splatoon, 2 squids.
Amiibo kind of fell off.
There's not a lot of games that use it. But I mean with Smash Bros.
And the games that do use it, they don't really I think people might have raised enough of a stink about you're locking content behind a $13 purchase.
What basically that means that Amiibo are still being made. That means that we're gonna get a Mario Maker on the Switch because what are you gonna do with those Amiibo?
Yeah.
I think it's cool. When I heard that announcement, I immediately went to GameStop.com and I pre-ordered one, so I got it. It's coming here.
Yeah, they're exclusive, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a GameStop exclusive.
It was a GameStop exclusive or the Namco store. You can go in the Namco store and get one that way.
Okay.
I didn't do that. I got my power-up rewards. You know me. I'm all about corporation. I just love cat.
12-year Game Informer subscription.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Big GameStop.
Yeah. We love you, Big Daddy GameStop. Thank you so much for all of your toys.
Power to the players.
I love your 50% off pin.
We are not sponsored by GameStop.
We are indeed sponsored by Coca-Cola. Take a drink.
My sponsorship is Canada Dry.
There you go, folks. All right, so
delicious seltzer.
So what's next on the DownAir podcast? What else are we going to talk about?
What's next on the docket? A little thing we'd like to do where we debate some characters for Smash Brothers. This is Confirmed 5 Smash.
That was a cool little thing.
Yeah.
Thank you. A little flourish.
Yeah, it's very nice. Now I have to actually make something.
So before we started recording this, we gave each other hints. We said, this is the character I want to bring on the table. This is the character that I want to talk about without saying its name.
Yes.
Who wanted to go first? Because then I could explain their hint.
I think Cube should go first because your hint also didn't give me any indication as to your character, but Cube was so cryptic as to not even have words. Cube, please describe your hint.
Okay, so my hint is very simple. It is an image. It is a urinal.
It's a urinal. It's just a picture of a urinal.
So I got the reference immediately.
Yeah,
I think
Cube prefaced this with saying, once I post this, you are either going to know it immediately or you're not going to know it at all.
Yeah.
I am in the party of I have no idea what this is.
So, my character is Rayman from the titular series.
Oh, come on!
Because in the ad, he pissed in the urinal.
Oh,
Yeah, so-
come on! The,
Yeah,
the
I
ad
did
where he,
post.
the ad where he pisses in the urinal, he has a big dick.
We will post that ad in the description
Yeah,
if you
so-
have no idea what we're
and, like,
You'll
for-
see
like,
that.
for
You'll
those
see
of you
that in the
listening at home,
video.
I posted in the chat. It's basically like Rayman at like a urinal in a bathroom with like 4 other guys. He's like, he's like
got
pushing
arm,
like,
hand against the wall. He's looking back at the camera. Everybody else at the urinal is looking down at Rayman. They're not just
Yeah.
looking at Rayman. They're
Yeah.
looking at Rayman's dick.
At his genitals, at his Rayman
Yeah.
genitals.
and like below Rayman is the words no arms, no legs, huge features.
Huge features.
No arms, no legs, no problem. So why should
Yeah.
Rayman be in the next Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo Switch?
So Rayman is like maybe not a super popular, well-known character, but he's like one of the main characters you think of when you think of Ubisoft. They're a big company. They publish a lot of games. They work like with Nintendo a lot.
Mhm.
Like launch a new console, they are always there. You will definitely see Ubisoft.
You will see it.
anywhere.
You will see a Rayman. Like I remember, I feel like almost every Nintendo system post the N64 has a version of Rayman 2 on it.
Absolutely. Like Rayman 2.
The first game that I had for the 3DS was a remake of Rayman 2.
Like they had one for the DS too. Like
yeah,
so like
I
you
also
were,
had. I
you were
also
set.
had that one. I've
And,
played
like, you know,
Rayman 2 so
Rayman-
many times.
He's been on a lot of Nintendo consoles. Like it's
And even with like more recent releases, like I think they did put out Rayman Legends, the definitive edition on Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch, and that was like a close. I don't know if it was a launch, but it was definitely a close to launch Wii U title.
definitely, and like I feel like if you like Mario games, if you like platforms, I think you'll genuinely like Rayman games. Like Rayman games definitely take inspiration from Mario. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like this is gonna be a lot of likes, but
Okay.
they're good platformers. 2, 3, Origins, Legends. One is a platformer, which with game design I really like. That is just things happen. You will go somewhere and things just happen.
Yeah, I really like how Rayman 1 looks
Yeah,
visually. But yeah, I agree.
it's very. I want to be the guy before you want to be the guy happened. But like
It's a little bit of like kind of like a Dark Souls of platformers.
If you've ever played Dark Souls, I think you would understand.
It's a little bit
Yeah.
like that.
absolutely. And like also, I feel like the biggest qualifier is he is technically in Smash.
yes.
He was a trophy in Smash 4.
He is in Smash Brothers 4. That is correct.
So is Goldbox. Like Ubisoft worked with Nintendo. Like I said,
It's so weird.
man, that leak got me real good. By the way,
Yeah,
oh,
and
yeah.
then there
Oh,
was
yeah.
the day. There was
it got
the
me
day.
from.
There was the day where not only was the rest of the internet convinced, holy shit, Rayman's in Smash Brothers, but Ubisoft was to a degree like, what the fuck did they do?
Is this allowed? And
No,
then
Ubisoft
like,
was literally, is this allowed?
and then like a day later, like Artsy Omni, he came out and said he turned around in his chair and go, "What's up? I made this."
What's good, internet? I made this picture.
I wasn't fooled. I said it was fake the entire time.
And then
I got a 200 IQ. I knew exactly what was going on. I think even weirder so was the trophy reveal, where Ubisoft revealed it before Nintendo, and they said, "Hey, Rayman is in Smash in some way," and didn't like
quote unquote.
go any further than that. And then like I think it was either the next day or like a few
Subsequently, like some
subsequently.
period of time after that was the Miiverse post where
Yeah. A
Here he
completely
is.
different model of
Yeah.
The
Rayman.
hand was forced.
Yeah, it was
Definitely.
strange, but
you could say that a lot about like across Smash Force development. A hand was forced.
in any way, stretch or form, Cube has a point that Rayman is in Smash. Like Rayman
Yeah,
is
so
Rayman has been
clearly-
in Smash, so there is a non-zero possibility.
Yeah, and I feel like for his character, he would be pretty like a ranged character because like his main moves, throwing his fists,
Yeah.
like
Oh, it writes itself. Like,
Yeah.
like I can imagine exactly like playing him in Smash Bros. Like, I know exactly.
Yeah, and it's
what
like
it'd
his
be
charge
doing.
attacks could be like winding up his
yeah,
his
I imagine
arm.
him being a like floaty ranged Mario kind of.
Yeah.
Like I think like his smash attacks, because I want to bring in everything from across all the games.
So you're gonna have rabbits, is what you're telling me.
Kinda like I haven't thought about a way to put in the plunger gun and stuff, but I feel like that's important for how many of those games were on the Wii.
Yeah.
I feel like all his smash attacks would be like the slaps from Rayman, like from Rayman Origins, like close range. He gives some good slaps,
Yeah.
and like his B moves, at least his like neutral B would be the like telescopic fist.
Right.
That's what they call it, I think.
Probably.
And like his recovery would be like the helicopter.
Yeah, you give him the hover.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. Oh man, what would be I think would be cool. In Rayman 2, I don't know if anyone else remembers this. In Rayman 2, the levels where you flied on a rocket pencil.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Or like his recovery could be like the dragonfly comes in,
Ooh.
Yeah.
or the mosquito, the big old mosquito.
So
Oh, yeah.
I'm in agreement. I honestly I did not even consider initially Rayman for Smash Brothers, but I agree with you. I think Rayman would be
Yeah.
a good fit considering how kind of closely knit Rayman sort of became with Nintendo.
I thought maybe his stage could be like Bandland, since like that's like both in 1 and Origins, like you get the old and the new.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Sax.
I think I think your argument makes a lot of sense. Rayman's already been in the game, and I think he has a pretty good chance of getting in. I think the only problem is now with a new Switch game that came out called Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I think other Ubisoft characters may have a better chance of appearing other than others. But I see your argument. I agree with it. Rayman, I hope you're not a trophy next time. At least an
Same
assist.
here.
At least an assist.
I hope you're not replaced by a Rabbid. Rayman, I hope you are. Confirmed 5 Smash.
There you go. That's a little bow.
There you go.
Put the flourish in.
Put the effects on the screen.
Yeah.
So the hint for my character, not as cryptic as an image of a urinal from a magazine
It made
advertisement.
sense. It made complete sense to me. I don't know what you were going on.
All right. Please look forward to the next episode of the DownAir podcast where there will only be 2 members.
Yeah, go ahead.
My hint was this character says their name and not much else. The character I'm going to debate is Springman.
Ooh. Oh my god, I thought you were talking about a fucking Pokemon.
Right? Gotcha. No, I think Springman would be a good pick for Smash Brothers, just because, Arms came out. They're still pushing it. They're still trying to push it at the very least.
Ostensibly.
Yeah, to some extent. I think as far as like Nintendo's competitive games currently, I think Splatoon 2 is definitely getting more attention. I think just because of the fact that it has probably more of a player base. But I still think I still really like the Arms character designs, and I did like the idea of the game, even if like the gameplay itself kind of became a little like repetitive. Like I don't think a lot of the Arms added a
Definitely,
whole lot.
like it is like they're not a one and done for new stuff. Like you look at Splatoon and go, I mean, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a new thing. Can they do it again? They did it again. Like I love a lot of the Arms characters.
Ultimately
even the world.
Arms was very much even if it did not necessarily come out at the launch of the Switch, I think Arms is still definitely one of the faces of the Switch launch, because that's one of the games that, was announced very early on.
Absolutely.
As far as his moveset goes, I mean, granted the fact that he, just as far as appearance, isn't entirely dissimilar from Little Mac, I do think that there could be some room for variety. I think he would obviously, be a ranged character, given like the nature of the game where you're stretching your limbs. Uh, haven't quite figured out what you would do for recovery.
I feel like it would be like a lasso, right?
Yeah.
Like he would throw your arm out like a string, and like if it misses, then it misses. But like, think of like a Venusaur's up B from Brawl.
Oh yeah, or
So,
like Popo and Nana's.
Right at the point of where you would be punching. That would do a ton of damage, so it'd be like a long range anti-air, but it would also be a recovery.
Yeah, it had like
Okay.
What's the thing like they call on Marth all the like the Fire Emblem swords? Like they have a yeah.
The tip of the sword doing more damage.
Yeah.
That would be a good recovery. I
Mars.
definitely think, because admittedly I don't know like every single like arms weapon in the game, but just the fact that there are so many of them, and that you can pick up to 3 arms in your match. I think there is some room for variety with like be it his side specials, or maybe he could just have a mechanic where he switches between 3 different kinds of fists.
Yeah.
That'd be
Like
pretty
you press down B, and maybe he does like a little spin, and now he has like the big fists.
And then there's like the general arms rule of like I forget which buttons it is. I want to say if it's like if you hold down jump or something, you charge your moves, you charge your arms so that they have like they do more damage, and they have like whatever special effect is associated with them.
Yeah,
and then
also when
Springman,
you're guarding.
yeah, something like that. And then Springman also has the added benefit of when in arms, when he's low on health, he just has that effect automatically applied.
So it'd be kind of like a combination of Lucario.
Like a Lucario.
His Cloud has like his little break.
Yeah, I think that could be interesting.
Okay.
And so that is why I believe Springman is confirmed 5 Smash.
Now, I do have like one hang up with Springman. It's not a big one. I feel like you could do more. Definitely want an ARMS character. That'd be cool. I just feel like you could do a little more with someone like Helix or Lola or...
Oh, yeah. I think...
Coil.
I could definitely see, like, you're right. Other ARMS characters could probably bring a little bit more to the table, just in terms of they are definitely more varied in what they can do. But I think also, like, Springman is more or less, like,
he's the face
mascot.
of ARMS.
He's the Ryu. He's the Mario.
Yeah.
I think if we are to get an ARMS character, I feel like we would get 2. So that could probably open up some room for like maybe like Springman. If they were to do Springman, probably be like Ribbon Girl also or something.
Yeah, give her the triple jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
that would actually be like a big change. Like.
Oh yeah, a triple jump. Yeah, that would be crazy. But yeah, my pick is Springman. Now Robbie, what's yours?
Well, I wanted to add on to
okay. Go ahead.
to Cube, wherein like I could definitely see other characters getting in. I feel like if it wasn't Springman, it might be like Max Brass. But I definitely agree that ARMS it has officially earned its place in Nintendo as being one of those franchises that I want to see more of, and one of those franchises that I'm like, this is Nintendo. This is like ARMS is one of those games. Like this is a fucking Nintendo game. Like
yeah, like I think it had like a bit of a rough start.
But like yeah, like it's
there is absolutely room for them to take what they have, and like if they ever make an ARMS 2 or whatever they would even call a sequel to ARMS, I think there is absolutely room for improvement, and I think that they could make something really cool, because ARMS I still think is really cool if it's not like the most entertaining game to play.
I think it'd be hard to twist the proverbial arm of the powers that be, just because Sakurai in the past has said we don't want a character that's too easy to put in. Like they had a problem putting in Little Mac because like he's a fighter. Like of course he's gonna wipe the floor with everybody.
And that's what I was thinking. So
and
like
Nintendo's fighting game being ARMS is kind of like who knows? But I feel like it's weird enough. It's a weird enough character.
It's weird enough because I was wondering is like if they put in Springman, would he just be a Little Mac clone? But like I feel like there is enough room.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like a Dulcine type.
I think there is enough room in both Springman's like moveset, but then also in just like the versatility of ARMS as a whole, that they could make a unique character with
yeah,
that.
like at worst he could just be like a reversal mech. Like his recovery is great, but he doesn't hit you at like a truck as much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe he like hits really quickly too. So
Yeah.
it's like you can like if you tap A, you sort of do like you do like when with Little Mac you can hold down A and you'll do like all of those punches. But maybe it's like a thing with Link where you have to keep tapping it and you'll like put out.
Yeah, I
different
think
range
actually
punches.
this is something that I didn't bring up. I think his final smash, assuming that final smashes are still a thing in this game, would probably just be like that flurry rush.
Yeah,
super.
the flurry rush.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
but, like,
or maybe he does
really
the flurry
big and it
rush.
takes up like half the stage.
Maybe he does the flurry rush, but then like halfway through the head case, like the big head guy comes on him, and then he all of a sudden has like 6 arms.
Oh yeah, headlock. That
Oh,
could
yeah.
be.
Yeah, headlock.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, like so maybe like he activates it, but then also headlock comes down, and he's got like a big head, and he's harder to hit. He's got like arms going everywhere. I think like there's so much versatility with this one franchise because nothing has been explored with it. I think it'd be really interesting to like have them in there.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
So does anyone else have anything to say about Springman?
No, I think
Okay,
solid picks.
then
Solid
we'll
pick.
go.
Oh
we'll-
wait, one thing.
Okay.
In his victory animation, Biff should be there. It should go money. That's
Okay,
it. That's all I got.
And then he says, "Gotta bounce."
Boing.
So then now, Robbie.
For my hint, I said, in contradiction to Dev, this character doesn't say anything at all.
Not a peep.
Not a peep, a vow of silence. Therefore, the character that I chose to put on the docket this week is Bandana Waddle Dee.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay, you're
Sure.
right. You're right. They do not do that. The thing you said.
They don't talk. So this is a character that I don't immediately want to come out with my heavy hitter. You know, this is something. Y'all know what I like, but like this is something I'm gonna keep on the down low. The one that I need in this game. But I've heard enough arguments. I agree with them. Bandana Waddle Dee from Super Smash Brothers, or for Super Smash Brothers would be a great Kirby representative because we have 3. We have 3 Kirby characters. We got Kirby, we got Meta Knight, we got DDD, and I think those 3 are great. I think having just one more, completing that 4, like it would.
You can have a full game of Kirby characters.
You can have a full game of Kirby characters in the same way you can have a full game of Mario characters. You can have a full game of Fire Emblem. You can have a full game of Pokemon. I think Kirby deserves that full. I think
that's the Return to Dreamland roster, basically.
Yeah, like those are the main 4.
Yeah.
So I think putting those in would be an awesome thing to have. I think Sakurai wants it. I think I want it. His moveset would just make sense. You could throw spears. You can fly around. I think returning from King DDD's final smash, I think his final smash can be like a flood of Waddle Dees come in or like Waddle Doos come out. I think you can make it work. I feel like if not a character, he has total assist trophy viability. Like
that's what I was gonna
1,000%.
say. I really do want. I also agree. I do think Bandana D would be a cute addition for the Kirby roster. However, I feel like he might. I don't know if there's necessarily a lot that you could do with it. For like a full-fledged character. I think at the very least assist trophy. If they can spin Bandana D into a character, for sure, like great.
I feel like it's an easy pick. It's something that you could put in very easy. I don't think there's gonna need to be a lot of bells and whistles when you put that character in, which could be a problem. But
that's what I feel like. Maybe it's like it's like too simple.
It's too easy.
Like here's the thing. Like you're thinking of him just like with the spear, right?
Yeah.
So like, what if? Because like Wallabies, like Bandana D, we know him for the spear, but Wallabies do a bunch of different things in the games.
You
Like
could have a parasol.
Yeah, like basically, this is an idea I had for like Toon Link and stuff, where he would like represent maybe the Game Boy games and stuff. What if like Wallaby represented a bunch of other powers? Like they have spears, they have the parasols.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
Like weapon fighter.
Yeah. So like wherein Kirby sort of has like, you know, his main ones, like he has like the fight ability, the burn ability, the hammer. You can give Waddle Dee like the weirder ones like Spear. Maybe he could do like a yo-yo trick for his down A.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yo-yo tricks.
I love that.
Give him the broom.
Yeah. Maybe he can not so much be Bandana D, but just like Waddle Dee with different things to do. I think that works. I think that works better.
Yeah,
for sure.
I like it. I think completing that 4 would be nice. I feel like you need to change. You need to change D2D's side B to not put out Waddle Dees, but I feel like they already did they do that in Smash?
Yeah,
Bros?
D2D's side B in Wii U was Gordo's.
Just Gordo.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was because of limitations. But I think it could work. I think it makes sense. Put him in. That's why I think Waddle Dee should be confirmed 5 Smash. Lock it in.
Put it in.
I can't argue against it. Like, I was, honestly, when you said Bandana Waddle Dee, I wasn't 100% for it, but you've made the case.
Yeah. Hey, complete it. Make it happen. The dream.
The dream, if you will.
All right, so we talked a ton about characters. What else is there? What else is there to even bring up? What else?
So if anyone watching has, you know, you all have Smash opinions. I know you do. If you're listening to this, you have a Smash Brothers opinion in some way or another. So if you agree with us, say like, yeah, you know what, yeah, I really think Springman should be a character, or if you think, no, I think Springman is actually a terrible addition to Smash Brothers and I think you should die, don't say that. But you
tell
know,
me that. Don't
any of your opinions, if you have like a suggestion, if you have your own suggestion of like, I think this character would be a great addition, feel free to like send us an email at it's downairpodcast@gmail.com, and you can just give us a suggestion for like anything you think would be a good fit for Smash Brothers, and we'll have a segment where we like pretty much just talk about what we get and how we feel about it.
I would absolutely love to hear your crazy idea for what character you would like to be in this game, because that's what this is all about. Like I could troll Smash boards for years and find material, but I want to hear our viewers' opinion. I want to hear what everybody thinks.
If you want to tell me why you think Sora would be in Smash Brothers, absolutely tell me. Although I can probably
hear that.
I was about to say I'll probably hear it from someone else who co-hosts this podcast, but you know, just you know,
you can make your argument
material
for
to work with.
Hatsune. Like you can make your argument for your pet dog and call it a tent dog. Like we want to hear it. We want to hear. Hey, I really like this one area in Gears of War. I think it would make a great stage. Hell yeah, send that in.
Why not?
We want to hear your argument. We want you to be involved. Throw us an email. That's downairpodcast@gmail.com.
So, I guess this is pretty much like the last segment that we'll normally do on the podcast. And it's a little thing we like to call, it's just it's our bingo boards.
Put up on the board.
Put up on the board. So if anyone's not aware, a very typical thing to find on the internet for talking about like your video game opinions and predictions, for God knows what reason, are bingo boards. We've all grown up on it.
We've accepted it.
Pretty much. I've played bingo once at
it's
like
our
a school
I don't think
thing,
anyone
but that's
actually
it.
even plays bingo with these. I don't think anyone is actually like checking them and being like, okay, this one. Oh, I got bingo.
Yeah, usually I just like, the guy put some pretty funny pictures in, haha, and that's pretty much it for me.
That's
but this time, it's different.
Things are gonna be different.
It's gonna be real.
So whether not for play, so whether or not we've all actually made our own like bingo boards, we all at the very least have ideas. We all have, we all obviously have our opinions and we all have our ideas. And so every week, or however often this podcast is circulated, we are each going to give one square from our bingo board. Is it going to be like bingo and then go to the next.
I'm
row.
gonna say for my bingo card reveal, mine is going to be G2. So it's gonna be in the G space 2 squares down.
Okay.
That's
I
how
admittedly kind of did this last minute, so I don't have like a board set up. I do have a list, but
I
will have my board ready by next week.
I have so much time on my hands. So I made my bingo board. It has all the bells and whistles. It's a
damn good template.
Thank you. It is a fully finished bingo board. And then Robbie brought up we should do it one by one. So now I have to hide everything. So with all of that preamble, let's get to it. Cube, who's on your bingo board for this podcast?
My bingo board square I will pick out is I would really like to see a Nintendo Land stage.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like, Nintendo Land, launch title for the Wii U, it was not like... It was a minigame collection, sure enough. But it was still a fun game. Like, I enjoyed a lot of it. The Samus Metroid game was fun. It had an F-Zero thing. Don't see that pretty often. And, like, just the, like, area itself, I really liked how Nintendo Land looked. I love the, like, plush, like, whole arts and crafts thing. I think you could do a lot with that.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just, like, a traveling stage, or you're just on the tower, whatever.
It was a really great, like, Wii Sports kind of game for the Wii
Yeah.
U. It was a really good introductory, like, this is the Wii U. Not only is this is what the Wii U can be capable of graphically, this is what the Wii U... This is, like, you know, cute little games to showcase how the gamepad can interact with the game, how gamepads and Wii remotes can interact with the game.
Yeah, like, just... It had good music. Like, I think this was Giant Bomb that did it, but they had this just like little video where they go that, like, listen to the loading screen, it just goes that, and that tune always gets stuck in my head.
Oh yeah,
just put that in my music.
Yeah, almost kind of makes you wonder why it wasn't in Smash Wii U, but
yeah, that's
there's always second chances.
Yep.
Okay. So my bingo board square for this podcast is, I guess I put it on my bingo board, so I might as well do it now rather than later. I put Springman on my bingo board.
Okay,
Just because
all right.
Hey,
I honestly think it's a safe pick.
Yeah, that's a safe bet. And I'm assuming it's all because of all the reasons you stated before.
Yeah, I don't have anything new to add to it other than, like, I do genuinely think that Springman would not only be a good pick for Smash Brothers, I think it's just, like, a safe pick in general. I do think he's going to be in.
yeah.
And with that, Robbie?
For my N3 selection, no, N5 selection.
Okay,
Ooh.
bottom of the board.
Putting it down there, you know, Professor Hector from the game Dynamite, he's getting an assist trophy. It's about time.
Okay.
That is a pull.
We have our Rob representation, you know, that's fine. We got to put his icon to use. Professor Hector, he's getting in. His assist trophy, he's gonna walk around. He's gonna put columns on top of people. Little aliens are gonna come out. Professor Hector, I will see you in Smash 5.
Lays those bricks down.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. So we didn't actually talk about this at the beginning of the podcast, which I'm kind of surprised we didn't. We didn't really address sort of the elephant in the room when it comes to this announcement of Smash Brothers for the Nintendo Switch. And that is whether or not the rumor prior to this announcement, the widely spread rumor was that Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch exists, and that it is more or less an updated version of Super Smash Bros. For Wii U with not only new content, but also content from the 3DS version, which has since been kind of reduced to just calling it, oh, it's just going to be a port. And the question I propose, what do y'all think? do you think it's going to be a port, for lack of a better word?
Man, I don't. Here's how I see it. I don't see Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as a port. Like I wouldn't call that a port. I would call that like whatever you want to call it. It's called Deluxe.
Yeah,
Deluxe
it's like
edition.
like a Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, I think it's derogatory. I think like the word port is kind of derogatory.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Because you could say,
absolutely
like,
reductive.
Chrono Trigger on PC. What a bad port. And it's like you could use that word in so many different ways and make it mean so many different things. So the argument that I'm saying is, for the lack of a better term, it is a port, but I feel like having Super Smash Bros. Deluxe or Super Smash Bros. Extreme and being the Wii U version engine with Wii U version characters, with 3DS version stages and Smash Run, and completely new things, I feel like you could get away with calling it a new game. Like, I feel like... there's so many games that come out where they reuse the same engine. Like, Splatoon 2. Like, that obviously uses Splatoon's engine, and it has a bunch of things from Splatoon 1, but it's a new game.
Yeah.
Like, it's a brand new game. I think people are putting too much weight into the fact that, oh, it's a new game. Like, yeah, anything's, like Train Simulator 2018 is a new game. Like, you can't, say what you will, but I feel like for argument's sake, they're not building a new engine. They're probably going to have a lot of holdovers from the Wii U version. So in that case, you could call it a port, but I think it's gonna be new. It's gonna be a new video game. It's not just Smash Bros. For Wii U and Inklings. Like, Inklings, like, being confirmed is like kind of a modifier for that, where it's like, yeah, there's new stuff. It's a new game.
Yeah, and like if they're probably going to be in Smash no matter what, whether it was new or a port. Like either them or Callie Marie or something.
Yeah. Oh my God, Callie Marie are going to make a great assist trophy.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
Then we're off the hook.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it'll just be like, you get a chance of getting one or the other.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. Oh, next episode.
Yeah, we'll save it.
Yeah.
Save it. Don't bleed all our content.
Fair enough.
We need this. There's not enough Nintendo characters.
Yeah, the only reason because this is probably just like my optimism. I do want to believe that it's like a new game for a couple of reasons. One, I do feel like, you know, with a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe situation, I feel like if it were as much of a, like, by the books, you know, bringing over Wii U content, bringing over 3DS content, and has some new things on top of that, I feel like we would... Part of me wants to believe that we would know already if this is Super Smash Bros. Deluxe.
Yeah.
But, you know, the fact that, like, this game has been in, you know, for however long it's been in development, you could probably assume since they stopped doing DLC for Smash Wii U. And, you know, Sakurai is even saying, like, you know, we can't talk about the game, we can't talk about what it's called or anything. Right. So part of me really wants to believe that all of that secrecy and the lack of transparency that we had with Smash for Wii U, I want to believe that there's a reason for that, like a good reason for that.
Yeah.
I do like. It might be nothing, but I do remember like a real old rumor a while back was like there was some like LinkedIn thing I think that said Namco is working on Smash 4 and Smash.
Oh yeah, like
5?
positions opening for Smash 5 or
yeah.
something. I also remember hearing that. And the reason that I really would prefer it to be a new game is just because if they do go down a similar path of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the thing that concerns me is replayability, because I was looking forward to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because Mario Kart 8 is still like a really good game regardless.
It's probably one of the best Mario Kart games.
Yeah. That being said, I played Mario Kart 8 for probably like 2 weeks and then dropped it. And I've not really played it since. And I really don't want that to happen for Smash Brothers. This is a game that I want.
Something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, there was no like, we're not doing DLC for Mario Kart 8. Granted, this would probably make an exception to that for Smash Brothers, considering it's Smash Brothers.
People are going to be buying Switches to play this video game.
Yeah, it would definitely be more of a hardware pusher than a Mario Kart game would be. And for that reason, I want to believe that it won't just be like a deluxe or whatever you want to call it. I do want to believe that Smash 5 will be like its own thing.
It's gonna have a new menu.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Sakurai's wife gonna come back in, this old shit pushed aside, she's gonna throw in something amazing.
Yeah.
As she always does.
So I guess with that, does anyone have any closing thoughts?
My main thing is I do honestly also want it to be a new game, but like I have such like specific ideas that maybe I shouldn't go into now. Just like
well,
we'll see.
That is like the underlying message of all of this. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because there is no information about this game right now. Yeah. Again,
we have seen a logo.
We've seen a logo, and we've seen that the Inklings are in it. That's it. That is all we know about this game.
They are terrified.
Everything else is pure speculation, which is what we're gonna do here exactly.
That's what Smash Brothers is about, baby.
That's what Smash Brothers is about. That's what the DownAir podcast is about.
I missed this feeling so much.
We're back.
We're back, baby. Thank you for listening, everybody.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
We should say so like I said before, weekly something. But like are we actually gonna be weekly? Or are we just doing this whenever we feel like it, whenever there's news to talk about?
I feel like we will make very much sure to let you know when exactly a new episode is coming out. We're probably gonna try a few things. Of course, this is new. None of us have really done anything like this before.
Yeah.
But
this is my
you
first
can
time
keep
doing
updated
a
with
podcast.
us on Twitter, at DownAir Podcast. No spaces, no nothing like that. If you're listening to us on SoundCloud, you can check us out on YouTube at the same place, DownAir Podcast. I believe our SoundCloud is DownAir Podcast.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
You can check us out on there. Please give us an email. Please just email us anything.
Yeah, send us
downairpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Check us
comment,
out
subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Etc.
And most of all, thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
And with that, Cube, where can people find you personally?
You can find me at Cuboid64 on Twitter.com.
You can find me on Twitter.com at DokiDev. And Robbie, where can people find you?
You can find me at RobbieDude everywhere.
A good brand.
If nothing else, we're all consistent. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Have a good night, folks.
Have a good one.
Stay smashing.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Casters be smashing.
Stop recording?
I will stop recording.
I'm going to stop
All right.
recording.